back to my kitchen. I'm Margie, and yesterday I made enchilada sauce, and so today I'm going to make pork enchiladas with onion. And so this is about 2 pounds of pork, and so I'm going to set that aside because later on we're going to put this into a plastic zippy bag with a lime marinade, which I'm going to make for you now. So I've measured some ingredients. And in this bowl, I'm going to start off by putting, this is a half a cup of orange juice. And I have a half a cup of oil. And I'm going to make a half a cup of lime juice, but I'm going to do that in a minute, because in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the dry ingredients in here so I can set all this aside. So we need 2 teaspoons of salt. I may not use quite that much. I'm going to use a scant. Second teaspoon will be a scant one. So we'll get rid of that for later. And here I have a teaspoon of oregano. And I have a nice heaping teaspoon, half a teaspoon actually, of cumin. This is a brand new bottle of cumin, and it's an organic bottle. And I have some jalapeno peppers here somewhere that I'm going to also chop up fine and put them in. And I have 2 bulbs. These are bulbs of garlic. And I'm going to clean them up and grate them and put them in as well. This is a garlicky lime. It's very delicious for the pork. So to loosen up these little cloves, you can just give this a really hard hit with a with something like that. That's just a meat tenderizer, and then these little things will come apart very easily. I'm going to use it again to take the little skins off. I have seen some interesting YouTube videos where they put them into a jar and they shake them to get all the skins off. I can try that and see how that works. They put it into like a mason jar with a lid, and then they shake it up really hard, and all the little skins come off of these. So we'll do that. I'm game. And since we got so many of them, that'll be really great. It's pretty late right now, but I wanted to get this done because I'm going to cook this pork tomorrow morning for about 2 hours or so until it really falls apart. About 325, 350 for about 2 hours. I'm going to seal it in a container. I'll show you that tomorrow. I once made a garlic marinade for chicken that, oh my God, it had so much garlic. I've never seen anybody use so much garlic in my life. And the chicken was fabulous, so you know, it was like great. So don't be afraid of all this garlic. All right, let's get a jar and we'll shake it up and see what happens. Okay, so here's my mason jar. You know, if you work in the kitchen a lot, if you go out and buy yourself a dozen mason jars, they're not all that expensive. And they're glass, they're not plastic, and there's so much you can do with them in the kitchen. I have all sizes. I have these tall, narrow ones that look like cut glass. I use them to drink out of. Okay, so you're supposed to shake this up and all the little skins will come off. So we're testing it. Yeah, it looks good. see. Oop, I forgot one. Let's see what we've got. Well, certainly a lot of them have come off. Let's see. We'll just clean out the ones that all the skin came off of. Wow. A couple of them didn't, so I'll throw that guy in there. Wow, this worked really well. Whoop, that was a good one. Whoop. That's pretty cool, huh? I'll just start to grate these. This is a very fine grater. I don't know the name of this thing. A microplane, it says on there. So we'll use our microplane. And I'm just going to work on this for a minute, but I just go down to almost to the bottom. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've grated this garlic up, and it's very fine. And we're going to see how much it is, so you'll know what two bulbs of garlic looks like. And it's not even a half a cup. I'm just going to add that, and then I'm going to get started with my lemon, with these limes, and we need a half a cup of that. I'll cut off the little tips, make it easier. These seem like very nice limes. These are Meyer limes. They're kind of soft, and they actually don't look dry inside, so these are nice ones. But I'd be using the whole bag here, you know, the whole container to get a half cup, but I don't think that's going to happen. Let's take the nice soft ones. They're more juicy. Sometimes if you leave lemons and limes outside of the refrigerator, they'll get a lot more juicy. We'll start there with this and see how much we get. There are not very many, there aren't any seeds in these actually. You wonder how that's possible, but. So I'm just going to go ahead and work on making some lime juice, and it is going to be work, I can see that. So I'll be back in a minute with some lime juice. And so I got my 1/2 cup of lime juice, and I'm going to add it to my marinade. So I'm going to chop up some jalapeno peppers, and I think it's a good idea. I put some gloves on first. I can get them on. Okay. I've got this little chopper that's so awesome. It's a little tiny food processor. And it's the best thing that actually I got it as a gift. I was at somebody's house once and they were making salsa, and they made it in about 30 seconds. Onions, tomatoes, cilantro, chili peppers, jalapeno peppers. It was all done in about 5 minutes. It was amazing. So I'm just going to drop pieces in here, and I'm going to take the seeds out. It's all pretty hot. All you have to do with this is just cut it in a couple of pieces. I'm not going to put all this into the marinade. What I'm going to do is put some of it in there, and then tomorrow maybe I'll sprinkle some on top of the enchiladas when I cook them. Just have a little extra around because it's kind of hard to do this. It kind of makes a mess to chop them up, so I figured I'll just do it one time. Hopefully I'll get to use it all. So this is like amazing. Put the lid on. And then you take the string and you just pull on the string. And it chops it up like so beautifully. I don't know if you can see that. You can get these online. If anybody's interested. I'm just going to do it a teeny bit more. Oh, my little blade fell over. The blades are so incredibly sharp that you really have to be careful not to touch them. This little thing's not so cheap. It's $30 online, but it's, I think, absolutely worth it. Chop up onion and celery together. It's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit. See how nice that looks? Of course you want to wear gloves to do this. You see how beautiful that is? So I'm just going to put a little bit in, a tablespoon or so. That's all. Recipe didn't even really call for it. I have to just show you this. See the little white dot on my skin? I'm thinking, what is burning me and stinging me? I must have gotten some of the jalapeno pepper on me. It turns out it's a seed that's stuck to my arm. I wonder if it's red underneath. No, it's not really red, but it was very irritating. So be careful with the jalapeno peppers. When I cleaned this, I took some hot water and I put some Dawn dishwashing liquid in here, something that will cut fat really well, because you don't want everything that you put in here after that to be hot from the jalapeno peppers. So go ahead and just do that and let it soak a little bit. Here I have a nice big zippy bag. I'm just going to go ahead and put all the pieces of meat in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour the marinade in. Seal up the bag. I'm going to leave it in there till tomorrow morning. Push some of the air out. And you want to put it in a bowl. Make sure it doesn't leak in the fridge, and you refrigerate this overnight. So I have a parchment lined pan, and I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to put them in this pan, and then we're going to cover them with a piece of aluminum foil. And I have my oven at 325. I'm going to cook them until they fall apart, which is going to be about, I'm not really sure how long that's going to be. Probably an hour. We'll take a look at them in an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half. They probably will need more time, but that's okay. We just want them to pull apart nicely. So now I'm covering them with aluminum foil. We're going to put them in the oven. So I've taken these out of the oven and I flipped them over and I'm just going to pull them apart. Right in the juice, right in the marinade because all the juice came out of the meat. I'm just going to pull this apart and let it cool down. So this is now all broken up. I'm just going to let it sit here to cool. And whatever of this marinade that it absorbs, that'll be great. We'll use it in the enchiladas.